What's up, all my movie-loving maniacs? This is your boy Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor, and I'm here to review Agatha All Along, which is a new Disney Plus Marvel show that wrapped up last week on the day before Halloween, and now here I am a little over a week later, give you my review. So, let's review. Agatha All Along is a spin-off of the first Disney Plus Marvel show, WandaVision, in which we follow the villain of that show, Agatha Harkness. She is still in the spell that the Scarlet Witch left her in at the end of that series, but then she is out of that spell once she comes across this teenager, and with his help, she assembles this coven so that they can go down the witch's road so that they can all get their powers back. Now, when I first heard about this show, I was like, well, I'm happy that we're getting some more Agatha, but at the same time, I was like, what's really the point of this show? And it's also coming out at a time when Marvel is a bit of a low point, despite the success of Deadpool and Wolverine. Plus, I never really saw the point of the show, and all the production hell that followed this show with all the multiple titles didn't really help either. But I gave it a shot, and plus, I do like Catherine Hahn as Agatha, so how did I feel? I liked it more than I thought, but at the same time, I'm still on the fence about it. Like, I just feel like to me, this show it just kind of came out of nowhere, and it's just like, all right, how is this consequential? How is this consequential to things that are happening in the MCU as of right now? But I also kept an open mind. Not everything has to tie into everything. Maybe this is just a section of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that's just going on right now, but these characters are bound to pop up. But I do like the connection to WandaVision. It kind of feels like a spiritual sequel to that show because we do go back to Westview. I mean, Agatha was in Westview and she's here. It's funny because it starts out with almost the same format as WandaVision, in which you had the theme song that's kind of reminiscent of a old primetime television show, but that's just Agatha still being in her trance, and she's pretending like she's on a cop show, and then she's got out of that by the teenager, which we will later find out is Billy Maximoff, but more on that in a little bit. And like I said, she assembles the rest of the coven. We get Sharon from WandaVision. We get what's her name? The this woman right here, I forgot her name, but she's in here. She's good with divination. We got Shazir Zajata, the bald black girl. Please forgive me if I mispronounce her name, but I've seen her in other things, particularly Home Economics. I thought she was excellent on this show, and I'm glad to see her here. And then you got the Asian lady. She starts out as a cop, and then turns out she's a witch. Ali Han and Patty Lapone. Those are their names. Forgive me. They play Lila and Alice, and Shazir Zajata plays Jen. And so they sing the Witch's Roll song, which took a life on itself. It's all over TikTok, it's all over Twitter. Everybody made remixes of it. Hey, it's the Agatha All Along song all over again. So they go down this witch's road so that they can get to like this destination. And essentially, this show is basically just one long road trip just to get to one destination. And to me, I felt that's where the show kind of fell for me because I felt like, well, and spoiler alert, this review is also gonna have some spoilers, but basically it's like from episode to episode, characters just start dying. Like the first one is Sharon, to which I'm like, ain't no way she's dead, and then the show just went off, and I'm like, oh, she's really dead. We're not gonna revive her, okay. And then Lila, she died. Alice, she died, but Lila, she probably had my favorite episode, well, one of my favorite episodes in which, like I said, she has the power of divination, so she can see into the future, but she goes in and out. She goes back and forth, and she uses that to her advantage, to her last moments, and it gave her a meaningful death, which I did appreciate. But like I said, it's really that middle section where I felt the show just started to drag a little bit. And plus, this show goes back to the whole 9 episode format that WandaVision had, which I feel kind of hurt the show a little bit. Now, I'm not asking for less episodes, but at the same time, I'm not asking for a lot of episodes either. I felt like that 8 episode or even 7 episode, I feel like that's just a happy medium just to give you enough time to establish what you're trying to establish and do what you're trying to do with the show. But this is where I really started getting into spoilers, so be warned. If you have not watched the show, go watch the show and then come back and watch this view. But if you have watched the show, then And let's talk about it. So going back to the kid, basically it turns out that he's Billy Maximoff, the son of WandaVision. But before that, he was known as another kid with parents, and then he gets in a car crash. Basically, they live in Westview. He gets in a car crash, and his life is taken. But all this is happening during the events of WandaVision, and somehow the consciousness of Billy Maximoff makes it onto the lifeless body of this kid. And so he wakes up and he's in a body. He has no memory of what happened. He doesn't know the original kid's parents. And so he spends a year trying to figure out what the hell is going on. He even comes across Evan Peters, aka Ralph Boner from WandaVision, and basically he gives a recap of everything that happened in WandaVision, and that's when he finally comes across Agatha Harkness, and she reaches for her help. And then while they're on the Richest Road, everything, and again, spoiler alert, everything that is happening on the road is a manifestation of him, because the road, it never really existed, and so it's just chaos magic, the same chaos magic that Wanda used. And then my third and favorite episode of the season is basically that last episode where we finally get the backstory of Agatha. She had a son, she made a deal with death, played by Aubrey Plaza, and excellently, I must say. You can tell she definitely had fun with this, and I like the lesbian relationship between her and Agatha. You can tell there's some history there, and I want to see if that manifests into something that falls down the line in the MCU. But Agatha, she has her son, and she's trying to prolong the death of her son by killing other witches and basically scamming them with the song that she made up with her son. And that's where the Witch's Road song came about. But eventually, death comes for her son dies, and basically, that's when Agatha is truly born, and she's killing witches out of spite. She's assembling covens and taking all their power until eventually we come to this show, and it turns out it was all just a fake. And then once the road actually manifests because of Billy, she's just surprised, but she figured it out all along. But she sacrifices herself for Billy, and now she's a ghost, and now her and Billy work together to go find his brother. But I do like the character work that was brought to Agatha, because you do understand why she does everything that she does, and she doesn't want to face her son. Basically, this show, at least to me, it humanized Agatha, but the journey trying to get to those final episodes is kind of where the show kind of fell for me. And because of that, the show just kind of felt like a mixed bag for me. Despite a couple of episodes that didn't work with me at times, I did enjoy this show, and I can't wait to see what they do with these characters and this section of the Marvel Universe and how it will play into the greater MCU. And because of that, I'm going to give Agatha All Along a solid thumbs up emoji. And thank y'all so much for watching. Have y'all seen this show? Let me know in the comment section below, and let me know what y'all think. This your boy Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Peace.